Hi, lovely to have you here. Welcome to the Electro Revolution channel. My name is Michael and I'm a car and tech enthusiast. In this episode, which is episode 4 of the BYD Atto 3 OTA Update version 1.10.1, which is the current release as of this video, we're going to go through the NAV trip planner, which is a major upgrade in this firmware. Now, we're also going to do a simulated trip between Sydney and Melbourne, Victoria. Now, I just came back from Victoria a couple of days ago. I was out on a trip to a holiday to Phillip Island. So even though it's simulated here, I actually did it in a real world scenario, but in the BYD Seal. Now, I will have a road trip video on that soon. After that, we're going to go through the NAV settings, and we're going to compare the NAV settings, not in as much detail as I've done it before, but basically just to go through what you get in the Atto 3, because if you're Atto 3 owner, this will interest you. And we're also going to go through the offline map updates. Now, I haven't covered this in the past, but it is an important update because it allows maps to be downloaded on your NAV system without needing data exchange all the time. And this is important when you're traveling. And we're also going to go through the Dashcam icons. Now, I haven't covered this in much detail in the past, so I have covered it in a little bit more detail today. And lastly, we're going to go through the instrument cluster, which is basically the little console just behind the steering wheel. So I hope you enjoy this episode. Okay, now we're back here. I can safely go to the navigation system, which is there, of course, but it's also on the main screen. And we can take a look at the new feature updates. Continue. Allow. Seems to be taking some time. So we just have to be patient. And of course, what do we see here? Google. So exactly what we expect. So if we were to search for, say, Melbourne, which is in a different state to where I am, Melbourne, Victoria. And again, we see the planned charges. And this is the trip planning component, which has been updated. Now, because it's interesting, isn't it? Because this is an Atto 3, it has much less range than the BYD Seal Premium, which is the long range edition. Look how many charges I have to go through. Essentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's to reach Melbourne at 10%. But of course, what we know is we can play with the settings to modify all of these charging stations and also the end percentage. Now, if you haven't seen the BYD Seal video where I go over all of this map system, I don't remember off the top of my head which episode it is, but feel free to go through the BYD Seal video. I don't need to revisit any of that here. But one of the things, of course, that I can't use in the Atto is the Tesla. I know the Seal works, but I don't believe the Atto 3 supports the Tesla chargers. If you know differently in Australia, then please add that to the comment. Eight hours and 2 minutes, that's not too bad, is it? Let's say I do planned charges. Now in the settings, this is what we looked at before. All the different 3D, 2D north, 2D up, and that's of course the default setting. We can take a look at route preferences. Fastest route, eco-friendly route, auto reroute, auto ask before rerouting, auto reroute to a better route, map preferences, EV charges, parking stations, food, coffee. Why not? Shopping centers, not too much. 3D landmarks, 3D buildings, EV trip preferences. Of course, here's the connector types. We're only interested in this, and of course BYD obviously only support that in this vehicle, so there's no point selecting the others. Now this is where we can say, okay, I want ChargeFox, I don't want Tesla, I want Evie, I want Jolt, I want BP, I want NRMA. I don't know what these other ones are. I've got accounts with all the others. Charging networks, charge level at the station. This is interesting, isn't it? Select the preferred charge status at the charging stations. So from 20 to 80%, of course, that is ideal. Because if you don't know how the battery charging works, also, just mention in the comments, I can make a full video on how the charging works and the time taken, especially from 80% and above. Charge level at destination. Select the preferred charge when arriving at the destination. Okay, it's on auto adjust. If charging facility is available at destination, the charge level can be lowered below 10%. Now I would typically say minimum 20% or 30%. I wouldn't want to go under 20%. Automatically add charging stations, alert preferences, and about. Now, can see this offline data update. What that essentially does is it updates the offline maps in this system, and it keeps them there, of course, for a while. We recommend connecting to Wi-Fi, so that's true. I wouldn't do it right now. I'd wait till the Wi-Fi connection is active to then perform that. But that's one of the updates you should check regularly. And that's it. I'm happy with that. This is the electric range that's currently in the vehicle. And the different charging stations around me. This is very, very handy information. And let's go here and let's see what this notification is. Okay, you can use your voice to search in Chrome, discover new content on Chrome's homepage and Chrome tips. Okay, so that's of course the Dashcam. And notice here the original OEM Dashcam, it shows you all of this, where you hit the brakes, where you accelerate, and the level of acceleration. If you notice, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think it goes up to 11. This car it's 10, on the Seal it's 11. And when you turn on your high beams, notice there, turn lights on and off. And all of this functionality. This is really fantastic. And of course you've got the playback list and so forth. And the settings. Okay, so now I'll just head back home. Okay, so just so I can show you what this offline map data update is. I'll just go through the process. It's quite simple. Of course, you need to be on Wi-Fi. It would save your mobile data. It does take a little while because it's very likely this file that is downloaded is in hundreds of megabytes. It's possibly over 300 to 500 megabytes. Okay, so as we can see here, last update, and that's it. We're basically done. Navigation version, the connected services expiration. All connected services including real-time traffic updates, online search and online routing will be unavailable after the expiration date mentioned above. Isn't that interesting? I wonder what happens with that when it actually expires. And this is our map version now. And this is all our preferences. If you've basically wrecked your settings and you want to do a reset. Okay, so hope you found that video or that part also interesting. Now last but not least is our instrument display. Now it didn't say anything in the features that this would be upgraded, but we might as well just take a look. Yeah, there's a lot less features here than the BYD seal, that's for sure. It's not much you can do with this display. With the BYD seal you can change the look and feel, you can do many things, but that's okay. So that was the end of episode 4. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope you too, if you own an Atto 3, go through the same process and try and avoid any bugs that I encounter. And if you encounter the same bugs or you know of a way to overcome those bugs, please let us know, leave us a comment. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share this video with someone who'd enjoy it, and leave a comment. It really all helps. So until the next series or until the next episode, I hope to see you then. Bye for now.